All right, good morning. We're at the shop here. So last night I was putting hay away. My farmhand that I worked on broke a bolt on one of these brackets here. Bent some stuff here too, pretty good. These guys got bent more. They were already bent, but they got definitely bent more. I'm still gonna reuse these for the push bars. I'll show you. So the main issue here was that a bolt broke, and it was still functioning, but the hooks themselves were only going about that far. And so if you look, maybe a little further, they're doing like that. So if you look though, that's not enough. The hay bales still slide off. You know, the hay bales still slide off when like that. We need full hook, somewhere like that. That'd be great too. We can't quite get that. So with the broken bolt and the lack of throw, because as soon as that bolt broke, I lost like half an inch of throw, and it wasn't working perfectly. It still were kind of falling out, not as great. And then I was looking at it a little more thoroughly and realized that the biggest issue wasn't the bolt that broke, because they were falling out before the bolt broke, just not as much. And the bolt broke, I couldn't keep any, and I had to do the last little bit by hand. And so I grabbed some and I was looking at it after the bolt broke, and I realized even when the bolt wasn't broke, these arms, they weren't able to curl as far as I wanted them to, or that they should, to work well. So I took the old hydraulic ram off, and we're gonna put the original one back on. It's shorter, and it's gonna sit right about where it's at. I'm not gonna put it in the center because I had so much stuff going on in the center. I couldn't get enough hooks in the center. That's where my bail issue was. I'd like to leave it set up to effect so I could buy some more hooks and put them in if we need to. We'd like to avoid that, but it'd be nice if, if I'm losing one every once in a while because it's only got one hook in it, then maybe we get, two hooks for it. But yeah, so for now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna build a bracket off of this here to hook this to, and another bracket down here to hook this ram to. And we're gonna do it right in this area here too, because it lines up with the hydraulics from the telehandler. One reason. Another reason, it opens up space in here, and that we'll probably leave these crossbars here. See, these do, so the hydraulic ram here will run these two bars. These two top ones, the hydraulic rams, just push them apart and push them down, pull it together, and it pulls them up. But then we have two more bars down here we need to run. So this are my connecting rods that I built. So so now we're in out hook, and then when the hydraulic ram gets activated, it'll push in on this, and hopefully it goes that far. That's really far. In fact, I've never seen this before, but if it works this way, the actual thing that's stopping it is this touching here. And touching right here. When that hits this plate, when these hooks are hitting this plate, which is awesome. Same thing down here, the hooks are hitting the plate. The interesting thing though is these hooks up here don't have a plate. The second set of hooks here don't have a plate to hit against. This one actually goes all the way around to 360. But that'll be its open position, and then when we latch it, that'll be the closed position. This is what we're looking for, from like right there to like right there. So I went yesterday and I looked around at some stuff last night while I was tired, not wanting to work, but wanted to have something in my mind to sleep on, to think about. And I found these little guys. They're pretty cool. I believe they're cylinder stops for some sort of John Deere. I don't know if you know what a cylinder stop is. So you got a mower, right? And the mower goes up and down, and a cylinder activates and goes up, and then you get to where you want to cut, and then you drop the cylinder down, and the whole mower goes down. Well, sometimes it's too low. You don't want to go that low. So what you'll do is you'll slide a cylinder stop over top of it. When it's in the up position, you'll put this over top of it. It's got the holes in it for probably pins, maybe. I'm kind of guessing here. I don't know really what this is for, but the way that that's kind of rounded on there, and it's like this, and it's got the holes in the side, just looks to me like it'd be a cylinder stop. So walk the back of the telehandler. Oh, so wrong size cylinder, but just so you understand what I'm talking about, there's the cylinder, hydraulic ram, whatever you want to call it. And so let's say I didn't want this arm to go down so far for some reason, you know, for whatever it is. You take this guy and you put it on there like that, or like this, probably like this. So that flat stop has something to hit against there. And the cylinder, this would be small enough to fit through there, and you just put a pin through it and that'll hold there. So just, you come down, you hammer on that, and that keeps your cylinder at the length you want it. So I don't know what these are from. I did inherit them out of all the shop stuff I got, so I just grabbed everything. And so I just had that sitting there and figured, oh, these are cool. These will work good. So I don't quite need them this long, so I'm gonna cut them right about here. And we're gonna leave this hole, we're gonna make this hole big enough for the bigger bolt to go through it. So it'll go through the hydraulic ram, it'll go through here, the hydraulic ram, and there. So, cool. Well, that's kind of exciting. The worst part about this project is I'm gonna need some more hardware, some more bolts and stuff. He's got a little bent. And I have about 1 million of them, obviously, but they're in buckets and hard to find. And over here on my workbench, I need to clear that spot off that I'm gonna put it. I'm just gonna start dumping that stuff out so I can go through it a lot easier. You know, there might have been better things than this that I could have found that have been buried. This is kind of heavy duty. It'll be fine to work with, but I wish I would have found something a little bit smaller and lighter. I just needed something that would go over top of the cylinder end there, you know? Just put a bolt through. So I was thinking about like welding this thing on there. I only had one, a little bit too long. We're working on kind of small tolerances here for the work the way I want it to. But after thinking about it last night, I'm very excited about the kind of new angles I'm gonna be working with. Worst case scenario though is it's not strong enough. So I'm bringing the pivot points closer to the bars, allowing them to have a farther throw because I don't have that much ram to throw. You know, if I made big long towers, I'd need like a 10-foot ram to push it just a couple inches, but now I'm bringing it all the way down as close as I can so that I have as much throw as I possibly can. Actually to the point where the hardware I have, my connecting rods and the hydraulic ram and all of it, when it goes, it hits the bar, so it can't go any further, basically, unless I kind of started building some interesting things. Don't have the time for that. There's hay on the trailer, there's hay in the field that needs to be baled, and there's hay in the field that needs to be raked. So this morning I need to finish this in the next 5 minutes, then I gotta go rake for about 20 minutes, and then I gotta go bale for 20 minutes, and I gotta put the hay away for about 20 minutes. So hopefully it'll be before 1:30 in the morning before I get those things done. All right, well, let's get started. Let's do a little time lapse here and I'll show you, or just a few little videos along the way. I'm not sure which is better. The time lapse is fine, a lot more editing time. But the other way is just do little videos here throughout, which is fine. I haven't edited a lot of that stuff yet. So you guys need to let me know what you think. What kind of videos do you like? Do you like to actually see the process being done in high speed, or do you just don't want little catch-ups along the way? So I'll go to work for 2 hours here, and then I'll show you kind of what I did and keep doing that, or do I just set the camera up here and just do a time lapse of everything I'm doing? It's a little bit more difficult that way in the editing part because I have to find all the good spots, and you can't watch me for whatever 15 hours a day. That's too much. It'd be cool if I could video for 15 hours a day and get watched that much, but I don't think people really want to watch that full life. You would see a lot more mistakes, and you see a lot more things that are hard. The great thing about this is I realize when I'm editing and I put the videos together, it's missing all the really dumb shit. Things I have to do twice, 10 times, getting out 5 times, and putting it on the wrong way, and all that kind of stuff is, it all gets deleted out. So it makes farming look much easier as I watch my videos. Like, I'm like, I want to be a farmer, and then I'm out here, I'm like, I think I'm gonna go pump gas for someone. I'm tired. This sucks. So anyway, let me know what kind of video you guys like, and I'll try to keep making them. So I didn't show very many steps along this process, but I got it done. I think it's working. Functioning, but I haven't done any bales with it yet, so we'll see. So I was able to put this cross member over here. It fits pretty good. And I got the center one, the cross member here in the center. That's good. And I built this little bracket there and this little bracket there, and then I made these little plates and drilled some holes through it so we could bolt it on. Just kind of double bolted on there, just like the hooks. And so yeah, look at that. Fits in there pretty good. And so yeah, when the hydraulic ram activates, it just kind of pushes that up and rocks this bar down and rocks this bar down. And this bar is connected to that rod, which then rocks that one down. And this bar is connected to that rod, which does this bar. So yeah, look, there it is. Hopefully it'll work a little better. Got a little more room for teeth, but I don't have any more teeth. We need to get some more teeth maybe to help out. Maybe just adjusting them around as I do this. You know, go grab some bales for a while, and if I'm always losing one in one area, move a tooth here and there. As long as it functions. I'd say the biggest issue was when I went to use this ram, look at this ram, on the inner piece right here, it's bent right in here, so when it comes out, it's sticky. And so it's like, it's hitting really hard. But I don't think it's going to be a huge issue once there's hay, because we'll be pushing into the hay. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Besides these brackets bending a little bit more maybe. But we're getting good throw. We're getting here. I'll show you. Let's just do it. Let's do a little quick demonstration. This is the down position. See, I like this. Looks like teeth are getting good throw this time. Even when I was done with it last time, I don't think they were going this far. So I gotta make sure I don't push on it too much, because we're only using about 50% of that ram. And I know that if I'd have made this hole up a little bit higher and this one a little bit higher, I could probably have changed that a little bit. But then I wouldn't be able to work on this plane. This is as short as I could go. So when the thing is closed all the way, it's as small as it can get, and I don't have much room there. And the hooks are just barely pulled back all the way when that thing's closed all the way. So this was definitely the easiest way to do it. I think having two hydraulic rams, one for one way and one for the other way, would be a better solution in the end. But this is working good for now. Good hooks. Good deep hook there. All right, well, let's go stack some hay and see if we can get it to work like it's supposed to. Last night when it wasn't working very well, I just started throwing the bales in here. I could only grab like 3 or 4 at a time, and it was very annoying. In fact, the last 2 loads, I just threw the bales on top of the grapple and then came in here and just threw them on the ground. So I'm gonna stack these in little 10 packs, and then we'll get them up in the big stack and see how it goes.